This flight was supposed to last only a few hours, but in reality, it had been flying for 5 years. Yet the passengers and crew had no idea. As the plane approached its destination, the captain radioed the tower for landing clearance. The controllers were stunned. They confirmed the request again and again before finally directing the plane to land at a remote airport. But outside the plane, there weren't families waiting. Instead, there was a sea of police officers. The passengers were baffled, unsure of what was happening. Jenny told the officers that her nephew wasn't feeling well. She asked if they could go home and rest, but the lead officer refused her request. The problem, ladies and gentlemen, is your plane departed Montego Bay, Jamaica on April 7, 2013. Today is November 4th, 2018. Been missing, presumed dead for 5.5 years. Everyone panicked, looking at each other in disbelief. How could this even be possible? The Security Bureau launched a full investigation. They grounded the plane and detained everyone on board for questioning, but their stories matched perfectly. They all described an ordinary flight. Nothing unusual had happened, except for one violent patch of turbulence. At that moment, the cabin lights went out, and the plane shook violently. But soon the power returned, and the flight continued as normal. The Bureau found no useful leads, so eventually they released everyone. For the passengers, only a few hours had passed. But in the real world, 5 years were gone. Everything outside had completely changed. Jenny's mother had fallen ill and passed away after her disappearance. Her niece had grown into a beautiful young woman, but between the twin siblings, differences in appearance had created distance. Jenny returned to the police station where she once worked, but her position was long gone. Even her boyfriend Jack had married another woman. Meanwhile, the Security Bureau was still investigating. They had to figure out why the plane had been flying for 5 years, yet everyone on board looked exactly as they had 5 years earlier.